Welcome to beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a beautiful day and I have a beautiful home here behind me that just hit the market. This home's been remodeled, it has a pool, and it has something that only a tiny percentage of all the homes in Las Vegas have. The best part about it, they didn't charge you extra for this feature, and I can't wait to show you later in the video because this is stunning. And again, only a small percentage of homes have this in the valley here, and it's remarkable. We're at 1494 Rancho Navarro Street, Henderson, Nevada, 89012. Yes, that coveted zip code, of course. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,439 square feet. I love the flooring in this home. There's a lot of great features, a lot of remodeled items in the home. We're gonna go inside right now and check it out. Only $649 for this today. It just may be the perfect home for you. It's not gonna last long, especially with that feature I was talking about. Let's go inside and take a look. I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply Vegas. Follow me. Okay, let's get started here. We have this property tour today of this just listed home. It's been remodeled. We're in the heart of Green Valley, a great location here. Show you around the neighborhood. So this street right here is gonna be Arroyo Grande. And basically Horizon Ridge is just about a block running east to west here. And Arroyo Grande here will take you all the way to Warm Springs Sunset. So all the way to the other side of Green Valley. And then a neighborhood with a mix of single story and 2-story homes. Seems to be more single story than 2-story. And yeah, just a small little community here. Not too much as a way of cars on the street, which I do like. I always check that out for you. And then a really cool feature of this home, if the sun doesn't blind us, no front neighbors. So you just have this wall here, so plenty of parking across the front here if you have friends or family coming by. And if you move to Las Vegas, trust me, your friends and family are gonna come by. Looks like they've refreshed the paint and the garage door here on this home. You do have this desert willow tree here. Desert landscape, low maintenance, low water usage. Could use a refresh on the rocks here, but not a big deal. Beautiful paver driveway. One of the only paver driveways I see. Actually, the only paver driveway I see looking around. It's like they've replaced the lighting out front. Then you have this front entryway. Little covered entry. Again, they've replaced all the lighting out front here. Nice clean front door, love to see that. Interesting feature on this home, not the feature I was talking about, although very few homes have this. I don't see a doorbell. So I will throw in a doorbell with purchase. I'll get you a Ring doorbell. Let's go inside and check it out. I'm gonna have to put on my booties real quick, so I'm gonna stop the camera. Okay, with booties on, let's get started. Couple things I really love about this home right as we walk in. Beautiful flooring here. This natural wood look flooring. It is going to be a wood laminate, but beautiful. I love the subtle arches and the separations between the rooms. You can see all new lighting, beautiful LED here. Black matte on the front door and the framing. I think that's also very nice. Big picture window looking out front. Good amount of natural light in the home for being a 2-story. And it just has a great feel and great space as we walk in. And for $649, I love that they didn't over improve this home. Like you can see, they have a modern style baseboard, but kind of original, only about a 3-inch baseboard there. And we're gonna see little things they did not do to the home, But again, they could have over improved it. You're only paying $266 a square foot right now. And they could have easily taken this thing to $325 a square foot and done everything, which you're gonna see most of the things are done. But I just like when they're reasonable. The home is turnkey, ready to go. If they didn't go too crazy on the renovation here. And there's options for that in this market, but for something reasonable where you get a beautiful home with a lot of great features and finishes. So this is going to be the dining room here. And I guess we'll start there. We were here in the living room. As we walk in, you can see they've been doing a lot of open houses here. I don't think this house is going to last very long at this price in this neighborhood and location with the amount of work they've done to it, because it is a beautiful home ready to move right in. But yeah, dining room over here, formal dining. Kind of an interesting pass through here. I do like it. You have the entrance into the kitchen, goes out to the garage area, and then just kind of flows really nicely with this layout. Then you have this cutout here, be great for like a server. Some sort of little unit there. And then a beautiful smoky globe dining light here. Big windows in this home. And yeah, very large dining room, plenty of space here. You could put your largest table. You could do an 8-seater, no problem. 10-seater might be a little tight, but I think you have room for it. So it depends on kind of what you want the space to look like overall and how many seats you actually need. You are going to have aluminum sliders on the windows there. You will be providing your own blinds. Kind of standard with a lot of these refurbishes, rehabs. And then we have a half bath, guest bath downstairs, which is fantastic. That gray quartz is beautiful. Undermount porcelain sink, black mat hardware, dual flush toilet, everything you need here for a half bath. We are going to have these black mat handles on all of the doors. And then just a quick peek in the garage. It is a 2-car garage. They do have it insulated. You can see there's a lot of stuff out here, which will all be gone, including the car. We do have storage across the back here. Water heater tucked in the corner. So plenty of room for your 2-car garage. There is a water softener over there as well. So it doesn't look like they touched the garage too much. I'm okay with that. And again, it's about the price point and making the home affordable without overdoing it. For example, you know, the light switches are original. We have original hinges here on the door. We already talked about the baseboards. Wall, ceiling, bright white. Kitchen's beautiful. We'll talk more about that when we get there. Now, personally, I would have liked to see them, like there's some sort of lighting here, and I'm not sure if it's wired because there is kind of a wire coming out over there. They painted the home. I would have loved to see them just remove this completely and just make it a straight wall there. But again, easily fixed. I'm sure we have the paint color in the garage. You could remove those and just refresh that real easily. But I'm going to keep emphasizing that price point because this home they could have gone all the way. It could have been $750 for this home in this area. But I really appreciate what they've done. I like this color on the handle here on the railing going up. And then kind of a cool layout once we get up here. Let me show you what's going on. So you have the stairs here that kind of come up and around at an angle. Then you have a couple steps up here going to a really large primary bedroom. And that's where we're going to see that key feature to this home that really sells it, in my opinion. Then we have a couple bedrooms on either end here. But we'll start over on this side. Again, refreshed all the lighting. That's going to be a new smoke detector. We have a linen closet here. And into bedroom number 1. Rectangular bedroom. Good size, probably about 10 by 12. Again, all that natural light coming in. We can see up on the mountain, McDonald Highlands with the, see those cranes over there? That's going to be where the Four Seasons residences are. Talked about those a couple times on the channel. New ceiling fan. I would like to see when they install the ceiling fan if they would tuck that wire nut underneath the cap there. That's something that technically is aesthetic, which we don't typically put into a repair request. However, if you're buying this home with me, I'm going to request that they tuck that cap in, because either it's going to stay there forever, they're going to do it, or you're going to do it. So somebody's got to do it, and might as well get it done by a handyman before you move in. They have all the screens off the windows. That will be noted in the inspection report as well. Kind of a standard thing when they model homes or they, refresh them like this one. So not a surprise there, but we'll see the screens are available. Looks to be in good condition. They just remove them to bring in that extra light and just give you that real clear look on the windows there. Walking across the hall here, we have bedroom number 2. And this one's a little bit smaller, a little more square. Has kind of this angle on one side. But plenty of room for, full bed, maybe a queen bed here. Yeah, you could do a queen bed. Small dresser. So not a tiny room by any means, just smaller than the last room. It's nice to see these big, thick wooden closet doors. A lot of times with these flips, they put in these really thin, lightweight closet doors, which aren't bad. It's nice to have new ones, but it's really nice to see these refreshed, repainted, beautiful, thick wooden closet doors there. Coaxial is going to be on the far wall here. But yeah, I think the bed probably goes here. And then again, no screens. They did get the wire nut inside of the cap on that fan, so did want to point that out. Yeah, bedroom number 2 for you. We're going to have the full bath here. This is the shared bath for these 3 bedrooms upstairs. More of that gray quartz. Kind of the same setup we saw in the downstairs bathroom. Different toilet. And then this is real tile, but it is very clean. What year is this home built? It was built in, I want to say 98, but let me double check. 99. But super clean looking tub. I do like the tile look here. It's not just white. It's kind of got these speckles. Like a rust color speckles. We went back to that flooring we saw downstairs for the bathroom there. So again, primary is going to be off to the right. We're going to see that special feature. We're going to have the laundry room upstairs to the left here. You will be providing your own washer, dryer, and refrigerator. You can see the gas hook up there for the dryer. Your washer, cold and hot lines in with the drain. Some extra stuff they probably could have just tossed. Am I being too nitpicky today? I don't even have the light on in here. What am I doing? There we go. And then I do love the rack across the back here. I know it's wire. Everybody calm down. but I love that you have a place to hang clothes. Always important in the laundry room. And like a broom holder there. And into bedroom number 3. So a lot of things you can tell immediately for the most part, just as a generality, when you look online at a home. So if it's a 2-story home and it's a 4-3, typically it's going to mean you have 1 bathroom downstairs and 2 upstairs. You're going to have the primary and then a shared bathroom for the bedrooms. Now, whether the 4th bedroom is downstairs with maybe a full bath or it's just a half bath downstairs, that's to be determined. But usually just looking at the number of baths and rooms, you can kind of get an idea of the layout of the home. Just in general, obviously every home's different. You never know what you're going to find. That's why we tour them in person. I say that all the time when I'm out showing homes, because I hear it all the time. Well, this doesn't look like the pictures. This isn't what I expected. Well, that's why I do these tours. It's about the closest thing you can get to seeing it in person, but you really got to see it in person. I do have people that will buy homes from these videos, or I'll do private tours for people. Maybe they're, they're interested in a home. I haven't done a video yet, but they're one of my clients. I will go out and film the video for them. And then I do have people that will buy the homes, and then once they're in contract, they'll come out to see it in person. Unless you're strictly investing, I do not ever recommend closing on a home without seeing it in person. We have linen closet here. But yeah, I always recommend you see it in person before you close. Now, do you have to see it in person before you put an offer in? Absolutely not. Put the offer in. If it gets accepted, then run out here and take a look. I mean, obviously the best case scenario, this room is huge. I love the vaulted ceilings, just a massive primary bedroom. But the ideal scenario is you come out here and you have 2 days to look at homes. 1 day to figure out exactly what you want, and day 2 to really, hone in the search and find that perfect home for you. Usually day 2 is the magic. However, in certain situations, find the home, have me tour it, put in the offer, run out here, take a look in person before your due diligence expires. Now, I do have to disclose that in the purchase. I would hate for someone to accept an offer, a seller to accept an offer, and not know that you haven't actually seen the home in person. I believe in honesty and just transparency, and I have great relationships with most of the realtors in town here. And so, I do like to be forthcoming and say, hey, they haven't seen the home, but I did do a very detailed video. Bed's gonna go here. I mean, what a great primary bedroom. Look at this. Let me see if I have the dimensions, because this is massive. 28 by 14. Holy cow. That is a huge primary. Love it. And then with this vaulted ceiling, just makes it that much bigger. All right, so the feature you've all been waiting for. Balcony overlooking the backyard. But that's not it. We have a full view of the strip. Yeah, there's a few palm trees in the way, but at night it's going to be gorgeous. We have about a 180-degree view of the entire valley. And it's not just the strip that lights up, it's the whole valley. See all the lights of the buildings and the homes, and then the strip itself with all of those colors. So just a gorgeous, gorgeous view. And it's actually going to get better as these trees get a little bit taller. But they're really not blocking much of the view. I know it's hard to see on camera, but I can literally see probably 70% of the Las Vegas Strip. I can see downtown, I can see Fremont, like the Circa, all the way over to Allegiant Stadium. I mean, just gorgeous. I can see Mount Charleston with the snow-capped mountains in the background there. You have this huge mountain on the backside of North Las Vegas. That actually had snow on it recently. Just a great view up here. And they're really not adding price on for this view, and I love that. I mean, they could really tack on some dollars just for this view. I feel like it's priced very fairly at $266 a square foot for everything you're getting here. What a wonderful addition. And especially in Green Valley, not very many homes get to look at the strip like that. So very unique feature here. And I love the way this opens up into this primary bathroom. Back to that flooring that we saw downstairs and in the wet areas. We are gonna have an oversized walk-in closet here. There's a built-in safe as well, just a little added bonus there. Kind of like a hotel room safe. And then kind of refreshing that these aren't mirrored doors, they're those real thick wooden doors I talked about earlier. Just a nice refreshing look. Because a lot of the times these are mirrored doors, but the bathroom is so big, I don't think you need it. I don't think you need to expand the space with those mirrored doors. So I do like that. And then kind of the same countertop here and setup we saw in the other bathrooms, which I don't have a problem with at all. I'm okay with that. And then you have the vanity in the middle. Undermount porcelain sinks, Huron black matte faucets. You have a jetted tub over here, wrapped in tile. Yes, that's original. Looks to be in great condition. It is a jacuzzi brand tub. The big frosted window there, and then the redesigned shower. I like the savings that they've done on this home to make it affordable. We could have put a nicer shower head in, I'm just saying. It is the primary bath. Could have spent $100, got a really nice shower head on there. But I get it. However, that might have been a good use of $100 there. I'll throw in a Ring doorbell and I'll throw in a nice shower head for you. How's that? Give me a call today. Let's get you out here and see it in person. Your water closet over here in the corner. I like the triple robe hook there. Then you have the vaulted ceiling also in the bathroom. So yeah, really nice space up here. Beautiful primary. Love the views. Love the balcony out there. We'll head back down and around. I think that does it for the upstairs. I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply Vegas, top selling local licensed real estate expert here in Las Vegas, Henderson, Summerlin, Green Valley. All right, into the family room here. So you kind of have a great room set up. You have that kitchen nook. I love that they have the kitchen nook and this big formal dining, really nice. And then you have this family room here with the gas fireplace. They've refreshed the gas fireplace. I love the black with the white. All the metal looks to be intact. Great looking logs there. Everything we want to see. The gas fireplace. And of course your TV gonna go up there above the fireplace. Some light staging with the plants. Nice little touch. And you do have 10-foot ceilings downstairs, at least on this part. You can see the drop down here and here. But it is nice to have 10 foot in this main area. Big windows all across the back, slider, beautiful views of the pool. We'll head over into this kitchen. Yeah, a little kitchen nook here. Put a little table in there, or if you want to just use the dining room, you could probably put some sort of island in here, not have the table area, remove the light if you like. I kind of like it set up the way it is. You do have plenty of counter space here. Somebody mixed cookies. See the meringues inside of the black and whites there. Plenty of cabinet space. Kind of a cool mirror setup above the cabinets there. Just gives you like some depth. And then I do love this gray color countertop. New Frigidaire appliances. You have the stainless appliances here. Oversized stainless sink. I love this little touch of the countertop on the window ledge there. Then that window looking out. Upgraded faucet. And then a 5-burner gas range here. It is pushed out, so that will go flush. For whatever reason, they have it pulled out. It might be disconnected from the gas, which we do see fairly often. And then a Frigidaire gallery. Microwave. No vent going outside. Then you're also going to get a pantry, which in my opinion is pretty much a must. Nice little archway, soft arch going into that dining room. Your refrigerator is going to go here. Plenty of room for a nice wide refrigerator. But yeah, big open kitchen, plenty of counter space. Don't think you necessarily need the island. I think it's plenty big without it. I think that'll do it for the interior of the home. And we're going to head out back and check out this pool and backyard. So walking out, we have this strip view backyard. Covered patio. You do have the roller blinds that come down on either side. Looks like we're missing the front one. Give you some protection from the sun. And then just a nice little easy to maintain backyard. You just have some palm trees here. This beautiful pool. Really all you need. Nothing too fancy. You have cool decking all the way around. This is the deep end here. You have your pool equipment in the corner. Pretty simple little setup here. These towering fan palms here in the corner and your neighbors. I mean, so many palms here. Just gives you that really beautiful vacation type feel when you're out back here. And then just some rock. And again, bring in some rock and you can refresh the front and backyard real easily. But look at all the palms. I mean, just palm trees for days. I love it. What a great look. Then you have your steps down here into the pool. You have plenty of room for a table and chairs. You could make a little space, you know, if you wanted some room for like a little play area or something, you could do that here. So, I mean, a lot of opportunity. They have painted the block wall at some point. But yeah, if you're looking for a yard that's easy to maintain and you have the pool, low water usage, really a great opportunity here. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. $649 for this home in the heart of Green Valley. If you want my free buyer's guide, scan the QR code right here. No obligation. I won't share your information. I'll send you my buyer's guide. I'll give you a call. And then if you want to contact me, just call me on my phone number down there. It is my cell phone. I will answer. Thank you so much. You all have a wonderful day. You take care of you for me. I'll take care of me for you. And we'll all live happily ever after. I'll see you on the next one.